I was only 14, but I knew how hard life was for my mother. Dad would come and go, but mom always stayed. She would give me money to go to school today and the rest of the week. I would go to school empty-handed. I relied on the benevolence of my friends to get something to eat. My elder brother dropped out of school, but I loved school too much. I couldn't leave. Not that I loved the school, but that was the only place I had food to eat and friends to laugh with. It was better than staying in the house. One day, my mom asked me to stop going to school because she couldn't pay the fees anymore. I went to school anyway. When they sacked me to go home for the fees, I told my teacher. My mom asked me to stop the school because she couldn't pay the fees. Madam Beatrice, may God bless her old bones every day. She paid my fees and asked me not to stop coming to school. She would come to school with food for me. I'd never tasted anything scrumptious as her jollof rice. I would put some in a polythene bag and carry it home to eat in the evening. When my mom found out, she came to expect the food. She would either eat with me or collect it from me because I had eaten some already. When I didn't bring some home, she beat me for eating everything. She blamed our woes on my dad and insulted him in his absence. But any time my dad came home, she received him as if there was no bad blood. I would sleep outside while they slept inside until dad would disappear again. I didn't like them, but I despised my dad more. He would beat me because my grades were poor, yet he wouldn't give me money for fees or buy books for me. I woke up one morning and saw a stranger in our house. He was sweeping and cleaning the room opposite our room. It was a compound house we lived in. The original tenant had moved, so I figured this stranger, a man as tall as the Iroko tree, was the new tenant. I greeted him and got ready for school. When I came back from school, I saw my mom helping him to set up his place. My mom would do everything once you promise her food or money, so I wasn't surprised she was helping this man. I knew I could eat in the evening because of that, but nothing came from that work apart from friendship I felt it was too soon to build. This man would go out and bring something for my mom, food with a bottle of Coke. My mom would look at my face, eat everything and ask me to throw the wraps away. When Beatrice gives you food, do you give me some? She would say.
Oh my God.
Charlie. I completed junior high school, as it was previously called, and was home. My mom was inside sleeping when this as tall as Iroko 3 man called me. He sent me to buy bread. When I was coming in, I saw him going out, so he told me to put the bread on his center table. Immediately I entered his room. He also entered and shut the door. All our neighbors were out except my mom, who was sleeping in the room, just at the opposite end. This man started getting touchy. By the time I realized, he had knocked me on the bed and was asking me to keep quiet. I screamed until he covered my mouth again. I can swear my mom heard me but didn't do anything. So this man as tall as the Iroko tree had his way with me on a peaceful afternoon when every birds were taking shelter away from the sun. I walked gingerly towards our door. My mom came out and started screaming, "You better shut up before I slap your face. Who sent you there?" There is no way in hell this woman is her mother. No way. I tried to explain, but she wouldn't listen. She ended up beating me. In the evening, she came with ointment. A while later, I saw her laughing and giggling with the same Iroko man. Maybe they were discussing me, I thought. They were laughing at how fragile I was, but I didn't break. The next morning, I ran out of home, went back to my school and spoke to Madame Beatrice about it. She was so livid, she followed me home. My mom said, "Do you think you love her more than me? I'm her mother, for Christ's sake. She's lying. I live with her and I know better than you." Beatrice left with her face down, but from the look in her eyes, I knew she believed me. When my results came, I did very well. Madame Beatrice knew I wouldn't be able to go to SSS, as it was then called. She talked to her husband on my behalf, and they both came to speak to my mom about taking me to school. My mom agreed, and for the first time in my life, I left the village with a pungent desire not to come back the same person. During vacations, I would go to Madame Beatrice's house to help them. I was sleeping there, but would go to my mom to say hi. One day, my mom came to Madame Beatrice's house to display there, accusing her of stealing her daughter from her. She came with the Iroko man. Immediately I saw him, I started vomiting. I felt the strong urge to attack him, but I couldn't. When I got back to school, I didn't come to the village again until I completed. My elder brother had relocated to Accra and was living in this small apartment. He housed me and also started contributing to my welfare. After my final exams, I went back to the village to say thank you to Madame Beatrice and her husband. I didn't go home. I spent 3 days with them and returned back to Accra to stay with my brother. My brother was doing a factory work. He forced to get a role there for me too. I worked for 3 years, saved money and went to the training college. I chose the training college because of the allowance the government was paying us. It helped me a lot. I was in school when I got the news that my father had died. I was on vacation during his funeral. My brother was getting ready to go for the funeral. He asked me, "Are you not going? Why are you not getting ready?" I answered, "To where?" I don't know him. He went to the funeral and came back with messages from my mom and my dad's family. I listened to it in one ear and let it escape from the other. The only person I knew was Madame Beatrice. I prayed for her. I sent good wishes her way. I visited and spent days with her without going home. Even when she pleaded with me to go see my mom, I told her, "The only mom I know is you." In 2011, my brother went home and came with my mom. I was then a teacher in Suhum. He called and said, "Mom is here. She wants to see you. Come around on weekends to see her." He gave her the phone to talk to me, but I cut the call. My brother was angry with me. He called. "She's all we have now. Forget the past and be here to see her. Do you want to tell me you haven't wronged anyone in your life?" I responded, "I have. But I haven't given my daughter away for another man to abuse her the way she did. You should be in my shoes before you can judge." She spent a whole month with my brother, but I never went home to see her. I was in South Africa in 2016 with a man I met online who wanted to marry me. My brother called to tell me mom was sick. I told him, "Take care of her. Is she not your mother?" He said, "You don't understand. It's very serious." I answered, "You know I'm not a doctor. What can I do?" I came to Ghana a week later. 2 days after my return, my mom died. My brother called me on the phone crying. But I never felt I'd lost anything. It felt like seeing the obituary poster of a stranger on the wall. You look at it casually and walk away with no mark of hurt or grief. My brother said I was the devil. He called me a stone without a heart. Maybe that is what the Iroko man did to me that afternoon when birds were taking shelter away from the sun. I told my brother, "She's your mom, and I'm sorry for what you're going through. But please do me a favor. I don't want to hear anything about her funeral arrangement. Don't talk to me about it." My brother blocked me after that call. I didn't blame him. He was the one feeling the loss. Madame Beatrice in her old age called, "Come and say goodbye. She's still your mom." Our family head called, "No matter where you go, you will one day come home. We will do to you what you are doing to your mom." I didn't go to the funeral. They buried her. I didn't want to lose my brother, so a few months after the funeral, I went to knock on his door and entered. He frowned when he saw me, but his eyes were fully dilated. He missed me, I knew it. We talked like siblings who have had a fight. He said he was scared of me because one day he would wrong me and I would never forgive him. I told him, if you do anything beyond what my mom did, I won't forgive you, but I don't think I will survive it for us to talk about forgiveness. We both went silent. He entered his bedroom and left me to watch TV. Under his center table, I saw a little booklet with my mom's photo on it. It was her funeral book. I went through her biography. They said sweet things just like they say to everyone who dies. I looked at her age, 62. I looked at the children and saw my name there. Tears fell. I closed it and put it back like I never picked it. I sat in a car back home and couldn't hold myself back from the tears. No, I wasn't crying because of my mom. I was crying about my childhood, that girl who did nothing wrong but had to go through so much pain just to survive. I cried about that afternoon. I was broken all over again. When I got home, I called my brother and was still crying. You didn't understand my pain, but I forgive you. You had your own pain to deal with, but I envy your strength. I'm going to need you close so that this strength will rub on me. Maybe he cried too, but I didn't see it. I felt it. I have my brother on my side now. He was there as my dad during my wedding. He held my hand and gave me away to my husband. Madame Beatrice was my mom that day. She put the veil over my head and prayed for me. I remember what she said. God, you know the heart and the story of my daughter. Give her happiness in this journey because she has suffered a lot. Oh, I was about to cry, but I saw tears in her eyes and shushed mine. I've forgiven my mom long ago. I think that tear I shed while reading her biography was a testament to forgiveness from deep within. I don't regret how I treated her. If anything, I'm happy she died knowing the depth of pain she caused me. I think a lot of parents do not know how much pain they normally cause their children. I don't think they do. Very much often, we have adults asking you to go and apologize to your parents, even for the mistakes that they made. All because they think, oh, she's your mom, she's your aunt, she's your elder sister, you have to apologize even when you're not wrong. No. Sometimes you need to let people know that they really hurt you and you will not forgive them. Maybe in the next life, maybe after they've died, maybe after something has happened to them, but just let them know that what they put you through, but what the how on earth will a mother, like somebody who gave birth to a child, give her out to an adult to abuse her? Was it for money? Was it for food? It's crazy. Yeah, it's really crazy. Anyways, thank you so much for making time for me right here on this show where we tell stories, real life stories of people each and every single day. So if this is your first time coming across my video, welcome and thank you for making time to listen to this story. This is a story of somebody. Maybe you have your story too. You can send us a message and we will read it out for the audience. Until next time when I come your way with a new story, see you.